What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Coach Plays here. We are good on audio, guys, so appreciate you joining us here today as the Super Bowl 54 has just ended, and shocker alert, the Kansas City Chiefs come from behind to win Super Bowl 54, just like they've done all year, and especially in this postseason, guys. So I don't know. I really started to think there going into the fourth quarter that it was going to be the 49ers Super Bowl, and I guess just when you start thinking that the 49ers got it in the bag, the Chiefs make that comeback run. So it was absolutely a good Super Bowl. Taylor Smith is in the house, says Titans will be there next year. Bet on it. # Tighten up. Well, let's hope for that, Taylor Smith. They got a lot to kind of get settled in the offseason, that's for sure. Jaquil says, hey, Coach, good game. It was a really good game. I think if you're an NFL fan or a football fan of any sort, at the end of the day, you just want a really good game to watch for a Super Bowl, and we got it. I mean, we got it with this game. I mean, the Carver family's in the house. He says good game as well. I mean, that game was definitely never over until it finally ended, and the Chiefs hung in there, and they didn't lose their belief. They didn't lose their fight, and I think 49ers are really going to look back on this game and see some missed opportunities they had. The Carver family says that's why you never give up, guys. So appreciate you being here. As always, guys, hit that like button, share the stream out, as that will help grow this conversation. And if you haven't yet subscribed to the Coach Plays, consider doing so, guys. But yeah, I want to see everybody get in the comments right now and just start posting your reactions to this game. If you're a 49er fan, are you excited? Or if you're a 49er fan, what do you think went wrong? If you're a Chiefs fan, are you excited? Tell everybody about it. And if you're just a football fan and you're reacting to this game, let me know what you thought was the turning point of this game. And also the commercials. I think this was probably one of the better years as far as Super Bowl commercials. So let me know what you thought about the commercials. Let me know which one you thought the best one. I think mine was, what's his name? The Samoan? Jason Momoa. I thought that was by far the best commercial of Super Bowl 54. Jaquil says Titans Super Bowl champions 2021. That'd be great. Taylor says, isn't it ironic that Kyle Shanahan blew a lead the both times he was in the Super Bowl? Kyle Shanahan wasn't the head coach when the 49ers were in the Super Bowl last time. If you're talking about when they played the Ravens. If that's what you're talking about, that was the head coach was Harbaugh. If that's what you're thinking of, Taylor Smith. But yeah, guys, let me know what you're thinking right now as far as this game. All right, so as far as the stats, we'll kind of get into the stats here. I'm going to pull up the full box score so we can kind of look at it and we can kind of go over this game. Jimmy Garoppolo finishes 20 of 31 for 219 yards, a touchdown, and 2 costly interceptions. The last one was just them trying to make their comeback, but the pick he had earlier was a really bad ball. Just kind of threw it up there, and I don't know. I thought Jimmy Garoppolo did pretty good job of managing the game. Thought he made some really well-timed throws, but I don't know if he was the OC. I don't know. I would have to check into that, Taylor. But he definitely wasn't the head coach. And I would say he probably wasn't the OC. Jaquil says, is this Sammy Watkins' last season in the Chiefs? I don't know. I would have to look up his contract. Sammy definitely kind of resurrected his career a little bit. Sammy Watkins, his career was really starting to go downhill. And this has been a really good stop for him to go back to Kansas City and get him a win. Connor Burke says, congratulations, Chiefs. Yeah, and I was rooting for the 49ers in this game. Now, I don't know if that was just because, I was upset still that the Chiefs beat the Titans, but I found myself rooting for the 49ers, but I'm really happy for someone like Andy Reid. I think Andy Reid is one of the best football coaches that's ever coached the game. This will by far now get him in the Hall of Fame. So it's really good to see him finally work to get there, get to the big game. He lost the one when he got there with the Eagles. He finds a way to win this one, and he should be thanking people like Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill. It's not all Patrick Mahomes. That offense, what makes Patrick Mahomes really good is just they've got a lot of weapons, man. They've got a lot of weapons, and that's what makes it work for them. But when you add a Patrick Mahomes driving that bus, it looks pretty good. Taylor says, I believe when Damian Williams scored that touchdown where they reviewed it, I believe that was the turning point. Niners were rattled at that point. I agree. I just felt like the Niners were up 20-10, and I didn't really see them continue to push the ball. Like I felt like they kind of got a little stagnant. It felt like they kind of felt like they were okay where they were at. And then even at that point, they still wasn't really trying to run the clock out neither. They got to a point where I felt like they were not playing to win the game. They were playing not to lose. And you cannot do that against this Kansas City Chiefs team. You have to put up touchdowns. You can't settle for field goals. And it got to a point there where I'm like, okay, 49ers, you just went through 2 or 3 drives and you didn't continue to put up those points, and you just let the Chiefs kind of hang around. Andy Jones is in the house, says, let's go 49ers. Andy Jones, appreciate you joining the stream. He says, I can't believe they won. It's very tough, Andy. I really appreciate you joining the stream. But that's what the Chiefs have done all postseason. I'm a Tennessee Titan fan, and Titans had them down 17-7. The Texans had them down 24-0. When you're up on the Chiefs, you have to continue to put your foot on their throat, and they just didn't do it. As they are presenting the Lombardi Trophy right now to Hunt, the owner. I mean, you got to give it up to him. You got to say congratulations. It was a great year for the Chiefs, and they got to find a way to continue to keep their pieces. That's for sure. James Henderson's in the house. Appreciate you being in here, James. He says, no way San Fran goes away from the run when they are up by 3. I've never thought these games were predetermined. Yeah, and that's the thing. I saw the 49ers really continue to run some RPOs, which is good. That's what they needed to do. But when you don't connect on that stuff and that ball hits the ground and that clock stops, man, you're not chewing that clock, and you're just continuing to allow the Chiefs to be in it. And 49er or the Chiefs have shown it all year. It don't take much time for them to put up points fast up in a hurry. Bob Mooney's in the house. Appreciate you, Bob, being here. He said, oh boy, this one hurts. I feel for you, Bob. I really do. Appreciate you joining the stream. Get in here and vent. Tell us what you thought about the game. Guys, everybody get in here and start chatting it up. Tell us where your thoughts are going with this game. Also, talk about the Super Bowl commercials, which I thought were by far the best this year. But, Bob, I'm a Titans fan. Chiefs just did this to us 2 weeks ago. You got to give it to the Chiefs as far as this is concerned. They're like 5-0 or 6-0 this year when down 10 points. They stick with it, man. But Andy says, I'm an Orioles fan. The other Coach K's in the house said, hit the nail on the head, the coach plays. You just got to continue to play to win. You cannot play to lose. You play to lose and play to try to continue to work the clock. You can work the clock, but also continue to be aggressive. But I don't know. There was just a moment there late in the third quarter where I'm like, this is not the 49ers offense I've been seeing all game. And all year, for that matter. Mike Humphrey's in the house. He says, hey there, coach. Was a pretty good game. It was a good game. Like I say, at the end of the day, you want a really good game to watch for the Super Bowl, and I think they delivered on that one. Sea-Dog Vlog says, let's go Chiefs. 1. Yep, Chiefs got it. Arthur's in the house. Says, yo, coach, what's up, brother? Appreciate you being here. Jag says, Derrick Henry, good luck next season with a new team. we'll get into that. I'm going to be posting a video on Derrick Henry very soon, Jack. I actually might post it tomorrow. But that decision for Derrick Henry and the Tennessee Titans is not going to be cut dry as what people think. After what Derrick Henry had came out and said the other day. Taylor Smith says, my favorite commercial was Sam Elliott and Lil Nas X. Do you know which one that one was? Sam Elliott?
It was one where they were dancing in like a little cowboy.
Oh, yeah. No, that was great. That's right. Sam Elliott. Yeah. No, that was a great commercial. That might have been my second favorite commercial, Taylor. The other Coach K says, love watching the Chiefs and 49ers. Lots of good offense, football. Oh, me too. I've got the NFL access, the other Coach K, and I'm going to go back and watch this play-by-play from the end zone view, from the sideline view. I can't wait. He says, super happy for Andy Reid, the one really good dudes in the game, and finally got his first ring. I've got mad respect for Andy Reid, and I am happy for Andy Reid. I was rooting for the 49ers in this one. But I've got mad respect for Andy Reid, and he just found himself in the Hall of Fame, and he deserves it. Entitlements is in the house, says, bro. He says, I'm freaking happy. Well, congratulations, Entitlements. If you're a 49er fan, man, congratulations.
You mean Chiefs fan?
Chiefs fan, yeah. I know, everybody's getting up that one. Yeah, what did you think about the halftime show as well, guys? Fishing with Slip is in the house. What's up, Fishing with Slip? As always, guys, appreciate you being here. If you would, hit that like button. It helps out the stream. Share it out so the conversation grows. And if you haven't yet subscribed to the Coach Plays, consider doing so, guys. We got a hashtag road to 1K going on. Jack says, hey, Mike, good Super Bowl. Archer says, Jimmy G is a noob. I thought Jimmy G definitely could have played better. We'll go over the stats here in a minute, but I'll hit on Jimmy G again. 20 of 31, 219 yards, 7.1 yard average, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. But his first pick was just a terrible ball. I don't know what he was throwing at. Just kind of put it. He felt pressure right in his face, and he just kind of got rid of it. But you got to just throw that one out of bounds, or you got to take the sack. And I didn't think that was a real good ball there. I think Jimmy G is not your. I don't think he's the quarterback that's going to make a franchise better. I don't think he's a quarterback that's going to make people better around him. Can he win a Super Bowl? Yes, he can win a Super Bowl, but you got to have a really good defense and a really good offensive scheme to go around him. So he definitely needed to have been better in this game. James says, sorry, I had a technical issue, but the Chiefs could not stop the run. Either Kyle Shanahan is an idiot or there is something going on. 3 teams in a row go away from their game. James, the only thing I can put my foot on that is I just think it's the Patrick Mahomes in this offense. When they get going, it almost changes your mindset, and it doesn't need to. But I think it gets into the mindset of offensive coordinators, and they think that they gotta start putting up the points, and you have to continue to sustain those drives and keep Patrick Mahomes off the field. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and really watch this game. Like I say, I've got NFL the access thing where I can go back and watch it play by play, and I want to dissect it and really see where they. I think it's the third quarter is where this game was won and lost. I think the 49ers just started to not. They got away. I was loving what the 49ers were doing. They were attacking the perimeter with jet runs and quick game screens, and then it was opening up the inside. I thought the 49ers were doing a lot of really good stuff in this game, and late in the third quarter, I thought they kind of got away from it. They started pushing the ball downfield, and when you miss on those opportunities, the clock stops running, and the Chiefs are just sitting there, and it's a monster waiting to wake up. So when I go back and see it, that's what I'm going to look for, but it definitely they definitely got away from it there. Alter says, Coach, great to see you, brother. I appreciate you, Alter. He says, hashtag road to 1K. Absolutely. Taylor says, is Andy Reid now a first ballot Hall of Famer now after the win? I think he is. He's got all the wins to prove it, and now he's got a Super Bowl win. I wouldn't be too upset if he doesn't get first ballot, but I think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. But I don't know. They tend to be very difficult, very strong on coaches getting first ballots, I think. So he might not be a first ballot, but he's a Hall of Famer. Entitlement says, by the way, it's just me. I changed my name. Who are you, Entitlements? Jack says no, Taylor. Connor says that jet sweep was killing the Chiefs. Should have at least used it once in the fourth quarter. No, absolutely. They were having a whole lot of issues covering the perimeter. When you start using the perimeter like that, it puts a lot of stress and pressure on the defense, man. I was loving it. I was talking to multiple people about I love what the 49ers do on offense, but they just felt like they just got away from it. What am I looking at here?
The post?
With this one?
It's a shared post. Someone shared their own post.
Yeah.
Read the date and time on it.
Oh, January 16th. Yeah.
And then he shared it again because he said, he speaks again.
He should have been betting on it. What's up, Brayton? Appreciate you being here. He says good win for Andy, and he says, hey, Coach, what's up, Brayton? It is a good win for him. Connor says first ballot worthy. Will he? Probably not. I tend to agree. I think he is worthy, but you just don't really see coaches get first ballot. I mean, look at Jimmy Johnson. That guy won 2 Hall of Fames, and he hasn't. It just now took him to get into the Hall of Fame, so I tend to agree with that one. All right, entitlements. Appreciate you, man. Jack says 49ers wide receiver, DeBall Samuel. He's good, man. And 49ers got a lot of weapons, too. This was a really good Super Bowl to watch. I mean, you're talking about 2 offensive that have a lot of weapons and that kind of go about things in a different way. But I thought the 49ers defense was doing a really good job against Patrick Mahomes. I thought that they were finding ways to bring that pressure right at his face and really get him off on some spots, and that was going to be a key to this game. But at some point you got to continue to put those points on the board, and they just did not do it. And then I felt like the pass rush started to get away, and you started seeing the Chiefs continue to make their moves upfield. So Mike says, guys, I got to take some pain meds for my back and head to bed. Well, I appreciate you, Mike. I hope you get feeling better. Big guy. They're interviewing Shanahan. You can tell. You can tell that's a tough loss for Shanahan. Brayton says, "Did you see Tom Brady Hulu commercial?" Yep. Tom Brady's a massive troll, but that was great. That all that tells me is that he ain't retiring. I don't know if he's going to be a Patriot. I think he's going to be a Patriot. That's where I would go with it. But that just tells me he's not retiring, which I didn't think he was retiring to begin with. But I thought it was a great commercial. Fishing with Slip says, see you later, Mike. Yeah, like I say, Mike, hope you get feeling better. Connor Burke, Mahomes won MVP, Super Bowl MVP. I don't know. I didn't even see it. I haven't even gotten an alert on my phone. If any of you know who won Super Bowl MVP, let me know. Shay Flat says he's a grown man that wears a flat bill hat. Screw him. You talking about Shanahan? Hey, if you can rock the flat bill, rock the flat bill.
No.
Okay, my wife disagrees with that, so you won't be seeing the coach plays rocking a flat bill hat. I've got some old flat bills up there. So yeah, guys, I mean, at the end of the day, it was still a really good Super Bowl. We'll kind of go over some stats here real quick. I said Jimmy G. Patrick Mahomes, 26 of 42, 286 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. He did take 4 sacks. Like I say, the 49ers defense was doing a lot of good stuff early and often, but they were able to find a way to stay in it. And in the fourth quarter, you did not see that type of pressure really start to affect Mahomes. Rushing for the San Francisco 49ers as a team, 22 rushes, 141 yards, and a touchdown, but I would love to see what the second half stat would have been. They did not have one rusher over 60 yards. Raheem Mostert at 12 carries for 58 yards and a touchdown. Damian Williams had a day, guys. And that was really big for the Chiefs to continue to stay in this. Of course, he had that one long run of 38 at the end. But 17 carries, 104 yards, averaging 6.1 and a touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, 9 of 29, so he was relatively kept in check. Receiving, San Francisco, 20 catches for 219 yards. Deebo Samuel, 5 catches for 39, led the way. And then for the Chiefs, 26 for 286 and 2 touchdowns, with Tyreek Hill at 9 catches and 105 yards led the way for that one. But Sammy Watkins had a big day. 5 catches, 98 yards, and then Travis Kelce, 6 for 43. The Kansas City Chiefs, they just got so many weapons, guys. They got so many weapons. Shay said flat bills were the move like in 8th grade, though. They were. They were. And he says, and yes, Mahomes won Super Bowl MVP. He said youngest player in history to win the MVP, also youngest to win a Super Bowl MVP. Wow. At some point, you just got to give the credit. I mean, you're down 24-0 to the Texans. You're down 17-7, I believe, to the Titans, and you're down 20-10 to the 49ers in the fourth quarter, and you continue to do that. Ethan Crisp is not happy. He says, shaking my head. Hey, at least it was a good Super Bowl. I mean, pretty entertaining. Was a little bit slow at first, which kind of shocked me a little bit. I think that you give all the credit to that defense doing that. John Blaze is in the house. He says, what up, what up? What's up, John Blaze? Appreciate you being here. We're up to 12 likes, guys. 14 people in the box. Appreciate y'all very much. But yeah, Shay says, can I just give a shout out to Crisp's dedication to the channel? Absolutely. Ethan Crisp is always dedicated to the channel. He's loving some of the coach plays. And you know what? Maybe one day he'll get some merch for that. He is by far the most consistent MJ football player in here. Ethan says, my uncle liked the Chiefs and he is annoying about it. That's a tough break, Ethan. Sorry about that. John Blaze. I thought the commercials were really good. The only reason why we can't put that in the chat is because YouTube's big about, profanity and all that stuff. I thought the commercials were pretty good, John. I love the Jason Momoa, is that his name? The Jason Momoa commercial was by far the best. And then the commercial with Sam Elliott, Lil Nas, I thought that commercial was great. And then I love some of the Mountain Dew commercials, the Doritos. I thought this was probably the best Super Bowl in a while as far as commercials.
The later commercial with the stain on their shirt was pretty fun.
Yeah, that was a good one too. The Carver family says, very talented team the Chiefs has. Could easily been back-to-back year. Yeah, and here's the thing. They're young, and they could be right back there next year. I know Titans fans don't want to hear that. Hopefully they start losing losing some players due to free agency. I mean, goodness gracious. They're young, man, and they got a lot of talent. Yeah, Lil Nas was good, John. I thought that was funny. And then, of course, you got, what's his name? No, at the very end of that commercial. Billy Ray Cyrus right there. I'm not dancing. So, but that was good. The other Coach K says commercials were a lot better than the past few. Yeah, I agree. Shay Flat says the Rocket Mortgage was good. NFL 100 at the start was the best. Yeah, now that was good, huh? Yeah, and guys, what about the Avengers? Okay, are we gonna have a stream talking about all these TV shows of the Avengers that's gonna be coming on Disney Plus or Disney? Is that what it's called? Like, holy cow, we might have to have some streams just talking about that. But yeah, the NFL 100 was great, and the way it ended with the kids running out on the field, that was pretty cool, guys. It was definitely pretty cool. We got 24 people in the box. Appreciate you very much. As always, hit that like button once you get here. Helps out the stream. Share it to grow the conversation. And if you haven't yet subscribed to the Coach Plays, consider doing so, guys. We got a hashtag road to 1K. John says Lil Nas was actually good. Brayton says Shay, yes. Other Coach K says NFL 100 was awesome. Those kids look like they had a blast. Hey, and what if that one boy who led the way, you never know, he might be a stud in the NFL one day. We've seen things like that happen, so it was a pretty cool moment. John says the Charlie Day one was good also. I think I might have missed that. Did you see that, by the way?
What?
He said a Charlie Day commercial. I'm trying to remember even who Charlie Day is.
Is it the stain one that we were talking about?
Maybe.
Ask him, say, is it the stain on the shirt?
John, the Charlie Day one, is that the one you're talking about, the stain? And also, John, as far as what they was talking about, it was the time you put ASS in the chat. We had to block it because YouTube. John says Doritos commercial. I don't know. I'll have to go back and watch that. I'm sure YouTube will put it out there as far as like all the Super Bowl commercials, and I'll have a fun time just sitting back watching that. The other coach says, and that's why I've got Disney Plus. Shay Flat says, no lie, that kid from the commercial is 12 and apparently already has offers from Illinois. I'm probably going to YouTube him tonight. Absolutely. And like I say, he might be a stud coming up through the ranks. And that would be a cool moment to look back on him and see him in Super Bowl 54 running out. Ethan says, if the Titans beat the Chiefs, do you think they beat the 49ers? I think they could. Absolutely. I think they absolutely could have. I think it would have been a really good Super Bowl. I think they could have easily lost to the 49ers, but yeah. Karen's in the house, big Chiefs fan. Congratulations, Karen. Archer says, well said about Jimmy G, coach. Yeah, I mean, I think Jimmy G is a really good quarterback. I think he's a quarterback that can continue to do a lot of good things for a franchise. I just don't think he quite makes players better around him. I think he's a good manager. I think he's a good distributor. But as far as making people better, that's where he's going to have to elevate his game. And maybe he can, but I think that's where he's at in his career, and I think ultimately that's what it showed. So I've been doing good, Karen. How about you? Sure you had a really good night tonight. I have not. I'll ask him one day. But yeah, guys, so overall, everybody's saying that they think Shay Flat says Jimmy G is better than Tannehill. They better reconnect soon. I think we're good. Are we good? All right. OBS disconnected and reconnected for a second. Sorry, guys. Shay, I agree more with that comment there. He says neither are franchise QBs. They're basically saying I think that's it. I think they're both very close to the same type of quarterback. I don't think either one makes any teammates better, but I think there's players that's way worse than them in the league. I would tend to say Tannehill's better, but it's not much better if that. I think they're both kind of cut from the same cloth. So I still think Jimmy G can win a Super Bowl, but because, I mean, they were there. You just have to take advantage of your opportunities. And same thing with Tannehill. I think Tannehill as your quarterback can get you to the Super Bowl and possibly win it, but you're going to need a really good defense and a good run game. Shay says it. He says you can win with them, but you aren't going to win because of them. I agree. Karen says, I don't think the 49ers will make it. Saints coming back stronger. I think 49ers can definitely make it, Karen. They're a young football team with great talent on defense and offense. They could start kind of like a little run here where they make it quite a few times. The Saints could too, but I still think Drew Brees, that's up in the air, Karen. That's all kind of falls back on Drew Brees if he comes back. And if he does come back, is he still a good enough player to get them through that? Archer says, that's the thing, coach. 49ers defense did everything today. They did, but when it seems like that 49ers kind of got away from the bread and butter on what they did on offense and just did not really step on the Chiefs' throat, there in the fourth quarter, I don't know if the 49ers defense were gassed or there was some good corrections, good adjustments made by the Chiefs, but the 49ers defense did not have the success they had all game in that fourth quarter. Okay, Shay. Okay. Good night. Hope you get some rest. Everybody says good luck to the Coach Flat there. He's got to get him some Betty by. So, Alter says I agree, Coach. Yeah. John says go Cowboys tier. Yeah, we'll. I don't know. We'll have to see as far as that. Cowboys, man. That we could do a whole stream about the Cowboys. We could do a whole stream about the Cowboys. And I might start making videos now in the off season talking about, we might do 32 teams where I make a video talking about where this team's at, what some things that they need to do as far as corrections, and what's their season outlook for next year. You know, we might do that. That's 32 video ideas I might do. So, and that could hit on a lot of your type of favorite teams. Everybody's got favorite teams, so that might be something I look at. John says he won't be on the Pats next year. You talking about Tom Brady? And if so, I think he's talking about Tom Brady to the Chargers. The other Coach K says when the Chiefs scored late, they had the momentum. It's a funny thing. The Coach K loves saying momentum is a funny thing, and he's true. I mean, it is right. Once you lose that momentum or gain it, man, it's dangerous. The other Coach K says Cowboys, shaking my head. Alter says, but credit to Andy Reid. He overcame obstacles, the whole narrative on that he won't be able to deliver in the crucial moments, and Andy Reid did improved it. Yep, like I say, I've got mad respect for Andy Reid. I think he's a great coach, and I think he's definitely a Hall of Famer coach. And, you know, he finally got that big win. And I also think he's really good for the NFL. I think he's a class act. So I'll definitely be 100% okay seeing Andy Reid win a Super Bowl rather than Pete Carroll and the Seahawks win a Super Bowl. Don't get me started on Pete Carroll. I think Andy Reid's a good dude, and, you know, congratulations to him. And they made the adjustments, and like they did for the most part of this postseason and in the regular season. And the Kansas City Chiefs are the Super Bowl champions right now, and they've got the bragging rights. So congratulations. Brayton says Raiders are trying to get him. Yeah, I think Raiders, Chargers would be interested in Tom Brady. I still do think the Titans would be interested, but I still think overall the Titans are going to be content with bringing Tannehill back only if the price is at a good price for Tannehill. So ultimately, I still think Brady ends up with the Patriots, though. That's just my opinion. The other Coach K says, I'm excited to see how the draft will work in Vegas. Yep, me too, the other Coach K. And guys, I've already thought about this. My plan is, and we got to get there to see if I can do it, but my plan is to have a live watch-along of the NFL draft, and we'll all get in here and we'll react to every single draft pick in the first round and probably the second and third round. I won't do the late rounds. No one watches the late rounds hardly. But I think that could be a really fun time and a really great chance and a moment for the coach plays. And we'll get in here and we'll watch every pick and we can react to every single pick. So I'm excited for that. I think the NFL draft on the coach plays could be very exciting, guys. John says not moving to Vegas. Alter says, sorry, Butchers. He's once said Mahomes won't win if Andy Reid isn't there. And what happened again, Coach? Andy Reid just overcame that. I'm trying to think what you're saying here. Sorry, Butchers. He said. Are you saying he said that Mahomes wouldn't win if Andy Reid was there? And that's the thing. Andy Reid might retire and walk off into the sunset. Brayton says, was Lamar really worthy of the MVP? I think his regular season numbers were. But now, here's the thing. Unanimous? I do not think he was worthy of unanimous, Brayton. He got a unanimous vote, and I did not agree with that one. I thought at least Russell Wilson should have got one vote, but I'm not the one voting. Archer says, you deserve that 1K, Coach. I hope you get there and keep it up, man. You are awesome. I appreciate you. We're trying to grind. We're trying to get there. We're at 848 right now, or 847. Hashtag road to 1K. So it's a journey, but we're going to continue, and get there. And then once we get there, we'll come up with a catchy slogan for 2K. Just keep grinding. I love it. John says, I have to go to the Hawks games often just because I have season tickets. Okay. Justin's in the house. Says, great game. Can never count out the Kansas City Chiefs. You can't, man. You absolutely can't. The other Coach K says, XFL starts next weekend. He says, let's go Roughnecks. And I will be having some live watch-alongs of the XFL. If you don't really know a whole lot about the teams, I just dropped a video a couple days ago. Go check that video out talking about XFL preview. I think it turned out good, and I'm excited for it, and we'll cover the XFL. I mean, hopefully the XFL will last. I think they'll last at least a season. I don't think they'll fold like the AAF. But anytime football can continue to go, I'm all for some more football. And I think it'll be exciting. We'll have to see how that one goes. So we'll cover that one, guys. But yeah, guys, so we kind of went over the stats. We won't be too much longer in this stream, so just kind of be posting your final comments right now in the chat. Let me know what you're thinking. What's your overall comments of this game? What's your overall comments of the season? John Blaze says, my wife is Sea Chickens fan. Sigh. John, now I've got a question for you. What is a sea chicken? And is that a real team? Because I have no idea. You ever heard the Sea Chickens?
Tuna.
She says tuna. We have no clue. The other Coach K, you ever heard of Sea Chickens? The other Coach K says it's more football. I'm excited about the new rules in that league for them to survive longer in a year. They need stars. No, they absolutely. The other Coach K said Seahawks. So that's probably what he means, is Seahawks. He's making fun of the Seahawks. Appreciate you, the other Coach K. You're on it. And I do think that's a funny name, Sea Chickens. I might start calling them that. I don't like Pete Carroll. I digress. But yeah, no, the other Coach K, they do have some very interesting rules. It's going to speed up the game, and it can make the game really exciting. But I do agree with you. They need more stars, which is why I'm shocked that someone like a Johnny Manziel's not playing in that league, or go pay Antonio Brown whatever he wants to play in the league. You need that star power. Archer says, thank God I'm a Steelers fan, because if I was a 49ers fan, I would have lost it after that. Yeah, it's tough when you get all the way there to the Super Bowl, but as a Titans fan, I would have much rather lost in the Super Bowl than lost in the AFC Championship game. Brayton says, I'm going to go to sleep soon. Same here, Brayton. We're about to wrap this thing here up. John says, yep, Seahawk fan. Counts for a divorce. Ouch, John. What fan are you, John? I'm trying to remember what fan are you or of a team. But yeah, like I say, I'm not a Seahawks fan. Now, I will say this. I'm a Russell Wilson fan. I think that guy is a great quarterback and a great leader. I just don't like Pete Carroll. But I have no issues with, Russell Wilson. The other Coach K says, I think Oliver Luck is a smart guy. I'm excited to see how he does. Yeah. Should be. I think he'll have success. That's for sure. Brayton says, oof. Yeah, that's a tough one. Tough one for sure, guys. But, I mean, as we start to put this bow on this stream and this bow on this NFL season, it ended with a great Super Bowl. I mean, it ended in an exciting fashion. I mean, that was a really good fourth quarter. It never got out of hand. And it was a good year with exciting times. It was exciting times for Tennessee Titans fans. Good times for 49ers.
Another good commercial was the Google commercial.
What commercial was that?
Google reminded me that.
Oh, yes. Another really good commercial was the Google commercial, where that old man is always asking Google to say, remind me of this, remember this. That was a great commercial. Touchy of your feelings on that commercial. John says if they were smart, they give him a COTR. COTR. I suck at riddles, man. You want to help me out, wifey?
What?
I think he's talking about the Seahawks with Russell Wilson. He said if they were smart, they give him a COTR. Then he says contract for gum. Either auto correcting is absolutely killing John right now, or I have no idea. Brayton says, oh yeah, I've seen that on YouTube before. Yeah, it was pretty neat, man. But no, I mean, like I say, overall, this was a really good year. It was a good year for the NFL. And that's the great thing about the NFL. You look at the 49ers just a couple years ago, they were winning 1 or 2 games, 3 games, 4 games a year. So if you're a fan of a team that struggled and you don't think you're ever going to get out of the cellar, all you got to do is hit on a couple draft picks, shore up some loose ends in free agency, and get you a quarterback, and you can be up there, man. I know the Bengals have had really bad years, but if they find a way to get Joe Burrow and fill some pieces around him, the Bengals could be right up there. So it's what's good about the NFL. But yeah, guys, we're at 45 minutes, so I'm about to wrap this stream up. So if any of you got some final comments you want to say and wrap this one up, we will, man. The other Coach K says get the right coach, the right QB, and a smart guy at GM. That's the big thing is you have to have a really good GM, and that's something that the Browns haven't had. I also think the Browns have an issue with at owner with Jimmy Haslam. But you know, you need a GM that's really on pace, on good connection with your head coach. And I think that's what the 49ers have. John Lynch and the head coach Shanahan, they both got the same mindset. John says later, appreciate you being in here, John. Really appreciate you joining the stream and chatting it up with us. Hope to see you again soon, John. Brayton says, for us, we need an offense. So, like I say, it's what's great about the NFL. Continue to build, and you can be there, man. I didn't think the Titans would be in the AFC Championship game. Now they just need to continue to build on it. But yeah, guys, as always, I really appreciate you joining the stream. He said the Titans were unwatchable a few years ago. Oh, yeah. I mean, they had that 3-win, 4-win season that year, and they drafted Mariota. So, I mean, and that wasn't really that long ago. So, you can make some changes. That's for sure. That's for sure. By the way, guys, what about that commercial of that Sonata? Smart Pack. I'm going to park it. I parked it. That was great. And also, that car is brilliant if it does that. But I love that. He was like, over here, parked it. Over there, parked it. Right here, I parked it. I unparked it. It was great. I love that commercial, too. There was a lot of great commercials. The other coach, yeah. And Brayton says, we only had Edelman, and he's not in great shape. Yeah, you're really going to have to kind of reevaluate that offense, Brayton. And they didn't have no tight ends this year, and Tom Brady loves throwing to the tight end. So, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see what they did. The other Coach K says, awesome job. The coach plays. Appreciate you very much. The other Coach K. And here soon, we'll get you on the channel, buddy. We'll get you on the channel, and we'll have some chats between me and you and get everybody. So, a lot of stuff on the horizon for the Coach Plays. Even though the NFL is done for the year, it doesn't mean we'll stop covering the NFL. I'll continue to have videos popping out as far as free agency. We'll hit in on the draft. We will have a live watch along of the draft. We're going to continue to kind of follow the XFL once that gets started on February 8th. We'll kind of do some college basketball. Maybe I'll get into the NBA. I don't know. I'll kind of put that one out there to the viewers. If y'all want me to start doing some NBA, maybe I will. I continue to cover a little bit of NHL, and we'll do some gaming again on this channel. So a lot of great stuff ahead for this channel. It's not going to slow down any soon. The other Coach K says, how about the Audi electric commercial? The whole time I was thinking Arya Stark is driving and singing Let It Go. It's very true. Very true. And Archer says, yep, that's dope, Coach. He's talking about the Sonata. Incredible. But yeah, guys, so we went 50 minutes. Appreciate each and every one of you for hitting that like button. And, hey, and John says no NBA unless it's the Celtics. It's almost like he read my mind because I'm a Celtics fan. Only thing is, I'm not going to do watch-alongs of the Celtics unless Butcher's not doing it, because I don't want to steal his thunder. If Butcher is doing a live watch-along of the Celtics, I won't. But if there's some games he doesn't, then maybe I'll do a watch-along of the Celtics. But I don't want to steal anything from Butcher. He does a great job there. But I love my Celtics, and I do watch a little bit of Grizzlies, so... Brayton says way too early power rankings. I might do a video on that. We might look into that. But all right, guys. Yeah, that's going to do it. Once again, like I say, appreciate you joining here. It was a great Super Bowl. We got to experience at least a good Super Bowl. There's been multiple times out there a Super Bowl didn't really have, a lot of excitement. So at least we got that this year. And if your team wasn't in the Super Bowl this year, continue to have that hope that your team is building in that process, and that sort of progress is headed in the right direction, guys. So appreciate you being here. Love you. Y'all have a good night, and until next time, guys. Peace.